Hi, I'm Samantha Harley Renz.
I'm Ladondra,
and we are your hosts
of Soul Tea Talk. So tonight is an exciting night. We have promised you guys a special selection last week, and we're gonna have a selection. Our topic tonight. So Harley, can we keep going on our selections? We're so excited.
Y'all, I'm sure I've heard this song before, but you haven't heard this version, because this is the Harley version. It's so unusual, it's frightening. You see right through the mess inside me, and you call me out to pull me in, to tell me I can start again. And I don't need to keep on hiding. I'm fully known and loved by you. You won't let go, no matter what I do. And it's not one or the other, it's hard truth and ridiculous grace to be known, fully known by you. I'm fully known and loved by you.
Awesome. That was so beautiful.
I picked that song because it's one of my favorites. I talked a little bit last week about how, for me, love was something that I kind of thought that I had to earn, or that I didn't just deserve it just because. But realizing that God knows me inside and out, made a huge difference in my life, and that's kind of what is in my heart for Soul Tea, right? I want the individuals that we interact with on our page or in our shop or wherever, just interact with on a day-to-day basis, that they feel heard, they feel known, and they feel loved.
Yes.
Which really ties into our topic today, and for me, my passion.
Yes.
And my passion is definitely people and connection and relationships, and which is kind of why I think God gave me that idea for Soul Tea. Is I've always felt like out of all the spiritual gifts, my gift was love.
Yeah.
Right? When I was growing up, my mom used to always say that I always befriended the underdog. And kind of, as I think about that, that doesn't sit well with me, because who's the underdog,
right.
And it's like, if you're an underdog, I'm an underdog.
Right.
If you're an underdog, who's the underdog? And, because everyone out there is the same as me. Right?
Absolutely.
Same as me. And, no matter what the struggles are or what they're going through, it's, we all have them. Passion is people and making sure that they feel known and heard and loved.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So, well, can I ask you a question here?
Sure.
So, you talk about the underdog and you talk about that we all have a story. What is your story that led to this moment for you feeling that sense of wanting and desiring to feel that sense of belonging within yourself and then wanting to spread that to others?
Wow. So, getting deep.
That's how we roll on Soul Tea Talk. We're going to be raw.
Not the outline. I was supposed to pass it off to her.
It was not, but that is how we roll. Yes.
Okay, so my story, well, I would say, there are several parts of my story, I think, that have got me here, just from, the situation when I was a kid and being abused and things like that, then, growing up and then coming out and being gay, and just the different things that have happened in my life. Are instances where I have felt like who I was something to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
And was something that I had to hide. And that made me unlovable.
Yeah.
And so when I kind of stopped talking, stopped speaking up, and lost my voice, I really felt like I needed to stay hidden most of the time, right? And so coming through that and realizing, that my story is actually something that has helped other people and
Absolutely.
has been something that's happened in my life that's helped me to relate to other people God has used me in so many of these different situations where I've come across people who wouldn't be able to hear God loves you from anybody but me, and He uses me all the time in those situations. But once I realized that, I think that it really opened up this whole world for me, because all I want to do now is make sure that people know that God loves them,
Yes,
right where they are,
absolutely.
for who they are, and it's the thing that excites me the most.
Yes.
So.
Yes, well, I appreciate you sharing that, because it really does take you being brave enough to go there, then we can inspire other people to go there and ignite their heart with, the passion and the love and desire to just be free,
Right.
and to feel like they belong, which is the whole mission and the whole part of what it means to be Soul Tea. So,
Right.
Although it wasn't part of the outline, it was such a necessary piece of it, because your heart needs to shine through, and it does, and this is why you do what you do. So we thank you for showing up as brave as you do.
Well, thanks for pulling me out.
You're welcome. I love the underdog. Generational cycles. I am just so on fire about that, because I come from a family who would be considered underdogs. Like we would be like the family that would be considered the least among them, because there was so many struggles that happened, whether because of drug addiction, because of, like, with my own personal mom, my aunt, who I just totally adore, and several of my bruncles, I call them bruncles because they're my brother and uncles, and they're addicted to alcoholism and all kinds of stuff. We had so many challenges, and so, I remember people would they try to look down on us in different instances. So you talk about like the underdog story and all of that. But, I was always proud to wear the Halsey name, because I knew that we were more than what we were in, the situation that we were in, and that my family was they're human. They were having a human experience, and that God still loved them, and I love them too. And so since then, I knew that there was so much potential in them, and I was like, oh my gosh, because they're super, and and I was just happy to be a part of that. And so when I saw like what they had within them, I was like, if only I could get them to just use just this much of it. Yeah. And so it set me on fire. I was like, well, if they're not, then I will. And then I'm going to inspire other people to do that. Like, I'm going to inspire other families, and so they can break generational cycles, and it could just go on and go on and go on. And they could feel like they were loved, they were accepted, right. They belong, So it doesn't matter your circumstance. It doesn't matter where you came from. Nothing is impossible with Christ.
Right. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. For sure. So we were talking about today passion and purpose.
Yeah.
What do you need most? So I think that a lot of times people get confused about the difference of what passion and purpose is.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of people will say that passion is your why and purpose is what you do. Is that, would you think that that's probably true?
Well, first, what's yours? Mine is different. I think something different. Is that what you feel?
Well, I've kind of been thinking about that. Actually, I went to this weekend, this topic came up for me because I went to this another level deal. It was called this 2.5 hour deal about passion and purpose. And really it was kind of like, what's like one thing that you can go out and do that's going to help you fulfill your passion. And I'm like, is this, how does that tie into purpose and things like that? And the thing that I came up with at the end of it for myself was intentional actions and intentional love, So it's easy to tell you or post something about love on Facebook and things like that, but to actually go out of your way to do something intentional to show that love, so it's like that's something I could be better at. So I decided to do that. Tying that in, I feel like, for me, when I say my passion is, people and the connection and my purpose, I'm like, what's my purpose? Love. But I think it's my purpose is really to intentionally love others.
That's good. Yeah. That's good.
So that's what I do.
And you do it well. Like you walk with so much grace and love. Like you make the most hard situations seem soft. You do it just so eloquently, and I can tell it is definitely a gift for you. For me, when I think about purpose is the reason why you exist. It's why God created us, you know, just like, you know, the purpose of a microwave is to heat or to do, you know, to instant heat, actually. So I think that that's the same is true for us. It's why we exist. And then when I think about passion, because I haven't really ran across passion in the Bible, but what I think about passion, though, is I feel like, because passion is more of an emotion, I think, that evokes and fuels the purpose, the reason why our being. So, you know, when you say that love is a passion for you, then I think that love that you're expressing as a passion is the emotion of it. But then when we talk about the purpose of it and you say it's the intentional act of, then that's the reason why you exist. It's how you spread your mission, your message, and why you do what you do. And it comes in different forms, whether it's OT, evolving, whatever else that you decide to do.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oprah said that passion is energy.
Okay.
Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you.
I love it.
Yeah.
So it's an emotion.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
Come on,
I just had this
speak the word now.
And then Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the purpose of life is not to be happy, it's to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, and to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well.
Yeah. So you have to have a really strong reason of it.
Yeah. When I think of passion too, I always kind of think of it as just that fire, you know,
Yeah.
that's inside you. You know,
Yeah.
I do think of it about what excites you, so I think I agree with you. It's that emotion.
Emotion, yeah. So Christ was moved with compassion.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't really think if you said compassion, you know, it's like with passion, right?
Yeah.
So, wow.
Yeah, see,
That's pretty
this
great.
is so fun. Like, we haven't had this conversation, like, you know, because we really want our hearts to come through on this, and so we don't really script it out, because we want to come to you from the heart, and so this is just real talk that we're having, girl talk. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right. I'm curious, you know, I mean, if people will leave comments, like, what are you passionate about?
Yeah.
You know, or what is your purpose? Or is this a conversation that we should continue having? You know, we can answer those questions, you know, or any of y'all could come on here and join us and we could talk about it too.
I would like to know, like, what does passion mean to you and what purpose? What is your definition of it? I think that would be really great to see your comments about that, and let's have a dialogue about it.
Anybody who writes a comment about what their passion is or their purpose is, or, you know,
Look,
whatever.
where we going?
She's gonna laugh at this. Get to a free
Oh God,
I'm
y'all,
just kidding.
you don't even want to know what's behind the donut. Tell us what's behind the donut now. You opened up the can of worms. What's behind the donut?
Because I'm always trying to give away free stuff.
Yes.
And I'm like, we can give them a free t-shirt. And she's always like, no. And I'm like, well, a donut, because, you know, they're all a lot less expensive. She always lets me give away the donuts. But, I mean, these are hypothetical donuts at this point. They're not even real.
They're heart-shaped donuts, though, that we are
Hypothetical.
hypothetically.
But what I was going to say is we could put the names in a drawing.
Okay.
And then they could get one of our salty bottles.
Okay, I like that.
The winner.
You know what? That's
But we need
great,
at least
but-
20 comments first. We need at least 20.
Okay, so we need to. So go ahead and set the framework for what this is supposed to look like, so people are.
Okay, I'm making this up. So,
I know. You made it up, so you're in it.
You've got to, in the comments, you've got to tell us either your passion, your purpose, or both, or you can tell us what passion means to you or what purpose means to you.
Why can't we do and?
And
Instead of what?
and tell us what passion means to you and what
Yeah.
purpose means to you.
Yeah, I think and then we can have a complete dialogue about this, and
Right.
then conversation next week based
Right.
on those comments. What you think?
I think that'd be good.
Okay, so when are you going?
Are we
to
gonna do it next week or are we doing this in 2
I mean,
weeks?
2 weeks. I'm sorry.
2
Yep,
weeks.
I got comfortable. Okay, and
So
then
today's the 7th, that makes it the 21st.
okay, so on the 21st, so that's right before Thanksgiving, and before that, then you're gonna explain.
One of our soul tea bottles, and you can choose your intention. We have love, hope, peace and joy, and I actually have some with faith right now. So love, joy, hope.
Them too.
We don't have wisdom. We could get wisdom though. If somebody wants wisdom, we'll get wisdom by then. I only have the one with wisdom that I'm not giving up yet.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So there's one
This
with
is
hope on there, and I'll get you the instructions on how to solarize your water, which will be the final polishing process, is what that does to remove any bacteria, and it also just has its own health benefits, and you'll get information on that with the bottle when you win it.
So you guys might not can tell, but it does have water in it already, and so that's what she's explaining. And so this is what we use to make our teas, which we have
Which we
tonight.
are drinking here. And speaking of passion, here, how we go?
Oh, yeah, cheers.
We're gonna cheers with our tea. We're cheering to passion and purpose.
And purpose. Nice. I love
drink
it.
when you cheers.
Oh,
But tonight, is that good?
with the Mexican toast, you're supposed to go. Don't you cheers and then go down and go back up? Am I doing too much? Okay.
I didn't know there was anything Mexican about that. But I mean, that's anyways. Back to passion. Speaking of passion, we are drinking a passion fruit tea.
Yeah.
So since we are Soul Tea, we definitely want to talk a little bit about tea too. And I was telling LaDondra that I had looked up the benefits of passion fruit tea, and they are that it boosts your immunity, it reduces inflammation, it lowers your stress hormones, it lowers your anxiety, it improves digestion, and improves skincare and weight loss. So that last one is the best benefit for me, so I'm going to be drinking a lot of passion fruit tea.
All of it is benefits to me. I need it all.
She does.
All
she
of
does.
it. Yeah.
Lower anxiety.
Look, I'm
kidding.
You didn't put me out.
I'm just kidding.
No, but that's phenomenal. It's amazing, like what tea can do for you, the benefits of it, and it's awesome. It tastes so good. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about like the leaves and things like that? Like,
this particular tea is green tea. You know, so green tea, there's 4 actual tea tree.
Yeah.
And that's the black, white, green, and oolong tea. So all the other teas that you hear of are usually probably herbal teas. That's why they don't have caffeine and stuff. So tea is naturally caffeinated and all that. So this one's made with the green tea leaf. Green tea, just like the black and others, has a lot of antioxidants and a lot of healing benefits on its own, or health benefits on its own. Mainly, like I said, the antioxidants, they also weight loss benefits. It does also, they say, change the pH balance in your mouth. There's a lot of benefits. I wasn't prepared to go into all that today, but
you just did just phenomenal.
Thank
And
you.
it's sweetened. So what do you use for the sweetener?
I just put sugar in here, cane sugar in this.
Okay,
one.
so it's cane sugar.
It is.
Okay, it's really really good. You season it well.
It's got a little extra love in there today.
Okay, well I appreciate
Love
it.
water.
We needed it because it's pretty cold outside today. I don't know how the weather is for y'all, but it's pretty cold today.
So if y'all would like some passion fruit tea, let me know, and you just can put that in the comments too, or message me, and I will tell you how you can get some soul tea, passion fruit tea.
Yeah, or we can have a tea party. We can bring a tea party to your next event,
We can.
and we can serve that up for you. So just let us know.
Absolutely.
I would like on one of our episodes to make some tea,
Okay.
like make some tea live, so
Okay.
they can kind of see like how that all goes,
Okay.
the behind the scenes.
All right. We
Okay.
can do it.
All right, I love it.
Okay.
It was something else that we wanted to discuss.
There was.
Yeah, we were talking about the passion and the purpose, and we was going to talk about the success path and all of that.
That's
and
right.
So,
You were supposed to talk about that.
oh, was I? That is not the case, but I'd be more than happy to talk about that.
Okay, I'll talk about it with you.
Okay, so when we talk about the success path, that is our success curriculum that we are developing for our, not only for our participants that's going to be second chance workers and different things like that, and entrepreneurs through our franchise model, but then also we'll have a model where we use to help your organization or nonprofit and different things to train from helping everything from the basics of hygiene all the way up to learning how to communicate, to being an entrepreneur and having to sustain yourself in business, and learning the model and the ins and outs and all of that. So
I would say it's surprising, that there, are people out there really that, have never written a resume, who've never actually done a job interview, who don't have that skill set. They don't even know sometimes how to call in sick, or, to let their, people know that they need to leave early. They just haven't learned those skills on how to communicate.
Right.
So that would be a big part of our job readiness program. It's right there in the middle of it. It's just those real basic things on, what you do when you have a job,
I want to bring up something about that. We didn't discuss this, but, we say that, it's surprising about the people who don't know and all of that stuff. But then some of these people that we'll be working with that's in the community, they haven't had that opportunity to even get a job interview, to even know the skills that's necessary, conversation and different things like that. And I think that nowadays that not only that, we've forgotten the basics of what it means to get a job, and there's no shame in that. There's no shame, but it's time to create some type of model to help and empower. So it's not about shame; it's about empowerment, and that's what this success path would be. Absolutely. And when we think about a path takes you from one place to another place. It gets you, across some barriers and things like that.
And the cool thing about it is that we are going to be able to help these individuals fulfill their purpose. And help them find their passion. A lot of times I think, people, they want to own their own business, and, they might want to, go back to school, and there's just all kinds of things that people might want to do and not knowing how. I know that was my story, honestly, when I was growing up, I was 15 when our house burned down, and so a lot of times, when you go to high school, you have like those what are they, the career advisors and stuff like that to help you get. I didn't know even the very first thing to do about going to school, since I was 5 years old, and there was that one guy that said, I'm gonna go enroll in college classes today, and I was like, I put my pen down, I was like, can I go with you? Because I didn't even know what to do. I didn't know where the college was. And so and that's where it started, so I think it's exciting for us to get to have this opportunity to help these individuals and show them, hey, this is the next step. This is how you do this.
And I like that you use that example, because it took one person to believe in you, like you always say, and it took one person to model it for you as well. And so since they were doing it, then you had the courage to take a step. And so that's what this is about, that mentoring piece. Like, we're going to walk with you so that you don't feel like you're alone in this thing.
It's exciting.
So you don't have to come with your passion, or you don't have to come with your purpose. You can learn it along the path. To success.
Absolutely. I like that.
So what's one thing that you'd like to leave the listeners with as we're talking about passion and purpose and all of that?
Let me think.
I have to think too.
Well, I would say that, we're growing up, and there was maybe that thing that you wanted to be or you wanted to do. And if somebody ever told you that's silly, or you can't make money at that, or that's not going to be a career, something like that, and it's something that you didn't do because of something someone said to you, rethink that. Rethink that. If that is something God put there, God, if there's a fire in your belly, God put that fire there.
Because He gives you the desires of
your
heart.
Right. And don't ignore it.
That's
what I would say.
That's so good. You know how you try to prolong in the menu, like in the order, and so like that person, they get their order done, and you get a little bit more time to think about your stuff. That was that moment you were supposed to keep going.
Oh, okay. Oh, well. You want me to talk some more?
I got it. What I would say is that typically your passion is something that comes to you, your passion and purpose, it's something that comes to you naturally. So your purpose is something that typically comes to you naturally, and so many times you diminish that which comes so naturally because you assume that everybody else knows it, but that's so far from the truth. So what I'd say is to assess those things that you do naturally that people seek you out for, because that's probably something in a reason why God put you here on earth. It's a problem that someone needs or a problem that you solved. You just haven't embraced it. So I would say stop looking externally for what it is that you were created out of you, and allow yourself the permission and the freedom to be it despite popular opinion, because you matter.
You do matter. Just like that song says too, fully known and loved.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
So, love somebody today.
Oh, that's so good. All right, guys. Until next week, don't forget also to leave your comments for the drawing. So we'll see, and we'll announce our lucky winner for the drawing. We're gonna announce it
at the next
episode.
Yeah, the
okay.
next episode.
So we'll announce it at the next episode. If you feel,
we could do the drawing live on the next episode.
well, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I thought that's what we were gonna do.
No, I thought you were just gonna. Anyway.
So we'll do the drawing live. If this episodes and these Soul Tea Talks, if they are impacting you in any fashion or form, we'd ask that you share this with your friends, with your family, and like our page, and just continue to follow us. Keep us in your prayers, and we'll keep you in our prayers, because we truly do love you.
We do.
All
right.
Till
Thank you.
next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
You want?
You're fine.
Oh, it's mine. So I can do it. Y'all get to see my face one more time. Let's see.